What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Unparalleled Sports Talk with your host, Kwame Fisher Jones. As always, I am him. And this is the sports betting edition of Unparalleled Sports Talk. So I'm joined by my man Smoke Freezy as we break down some of NFL Week 15's highlights, I guess, gambling lights. Damn, which game
Four
you want
more
to start
weeks to
out with?
go.
Yeah, I
Let's
know,
go.
right? I
Yeah,
know,
let's
right?
go with the division game. It's the LA Rams and the 49ers.
It's an interesting game to open up with, man. So for people who are
It's a
not in the
division
Bay
game.
Area, hold on. For people who are not in the Bay Area, the 49ers went from Super Bowl favorites to certain perennial playoff contender to now most people are wondering if they should re-sign Brock Purdy. Through that S storm, if you will, they managed to rail off a win last week, which surprised me, caught me off guard. They managed to have a very convincing win against Chicago Bears. And now
Chicago
they got the
Bears.
Rams coming in town with an opportunity, with an outside shot to still win the division, but more importantly, with a different opportunity in front of them to derail the Rams season. So where do you sit on this game?
Well, I gotta say, I like Stafford. I like Puka Nakua. I like the other Joker, the wide receiver, and I think they got a good
Yep.
defense. So I'm rolling with the LA Rams because I think they're trying to get into the playoffs. So this is a big division game by them.
Right. In general, I try to stay away from the division games. But this game does have a little bit of interest because it's so much on the line. I don't have I'm just listening to I was trying to pull the records up for the teams, but there's so much on the line with this game. And the 49ers are railing. I think their window is closed, and yeah, the 49ers sit at six and
Mm.
seven, Rams are 7-6. So the division is still on the line here. The 49ers, their window is closed. And now they are faced with the option of rebuilding or retooling or trying to still catch lightning in a bottle. I'm not touching that game though. I don't like the Rams. I don't like Stafford. I think they're much to do about nothing. I'm not touching that game. But was
What what is what is -3 for the 49ers are the favorite?
I think it was two. I think it was two, and the line went up to 2.5. I'll verify that. But even regardless with that, yeah, it's two right now. So
Okay.
you got the 49ers in the favorite too. So it went from 3, 2.5 to 2. And you get what is it, a point and a half just for being home.
Well, yeah, right.
So yeah, I'm not touching that game. A game I do want to touch, a game I want to wrap my arms around and hold. Cleveland
Okay.
Browns hosting
Oh, I was just about to say
Kansas
that.
City Chiefs.
How what? Yeah, I was just about to say that because go for it.
Well, the Chiefs have played well this season. They're what, 12-1. They are the best team in the NFL, in my opinion, at least record wise. They got the most potent quarterback in the game, potent quarterback in the game. But this is a tough run for them. The only reason why I would have hesitations because Jameis Winston, the W eating, finger licking, whatever quarterback, is close to the Cleveland Browns, and he has a penchant to throw in pick sixes, not just interceptions, pick sixes.
Mm.
But at a line at 4, Kansas City going into Cleveland, it's going to be negative 77 degrees. Cleveland can
Mm.
muster up enough to at least make the game competitive.
Cleveland's defense is like that. They
But
have a great defense.
4 points and two field goals is 6. So are you telling me Patrick Mahomes can't get 2 field goals on the board? So
I
I
don't
like
know
the
because
Chiefs.
he's
I
been
like the
having
Chiefs to cover.
they've been having close games lately, and I like the Cleveland Browns for them to break through at home. It's just like they're going to break through, and I almost low key think this may be an upset of the week.
So you
Cleveland.
like that as your upset of the week? No, I got a different upset of the week. But I understand what you're saying with that. And on paper, you would think, but it's late in the season. Kansas City's been rolling. They have had some not only close wins, in my opinion, even though it was close wins, it's still exciting wins. And it's still convincing
Mm,
wins. Yeah, but
mm,
I like the Chiefs to cover this game because Jameis Winston is a pick six machine. He's a terrific soundbite. He's a pick six machine. I don't think that's going to change this game. I like Kansas City to cover. What's your next game?
Let's go with the Fish versus the Texans.
And
I
for
want the Fish,
those who aren't up on the hip talk, who are the fish?
the Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins. Fish.
And you like the dog? Now the Dolphins are a 3-point dog in that game. You like them to cover? Or you like them to win? What are you saying?
Yes, I want them to cover. I want them to cover. They're -3.
Yes, well, actually, the Texans are the favorite at 3.
So they're +3. Yes, they're going to cover. They're going to win. I mean, they're going to. If they lose, it's not going to be by more than 3.
It'll be like a 1-point late minute field goal game. What is it about Tua and the Dolphins that makes you believe they're going to stand up in this game?
Tua is not bad. He's been playing pretty good, and I think that they got a good enough offense with the weapons that they have, and I think Tua is pretty good.
Yeah, I think.
And plus, wait a minute, plus, I think CJ Stroud is starting to regress a little bit, brother.
I can see CJ Stroud regressing. Houston with the hit a few weeks ago with Jacksonville. It's a lot of black cloud magic around Houston, but the problem is the Dolphins and specifically Tua Tagovailoa. They are what they are. They're a team that is just good enough to have a winning record, but bad enough where they can't beat anybody that's a playoff team. And this trend continues. Houston may be struggling, maybe different things, but they were a playoff team, a successful playoff team last year. They'll be a successful playoff team this year. By successful, I mean they'll probably win a game, but that's not the making of a Miami Dolphins team win. So I don't like that game at all. I actually like. I think it's going to be easy peasy for Houston work for the Texans. I think they cover that.
Okay.
Cover that in the wall.
Okay.
So my second game that I'm going with is a barn burner. The New York Giants getting 15, or excuse me, the
Oh,
Baltimore Ravens getting 15 and a half points to the New York Giants. 15 and a half, Dane.
that's a whole lot of
15
points.
and a half.
But the
That's a whole
Giants, oh,
lot
they're
of points.
terrible.
The Giants do suck. Baltimore
They're
ain't that.
trash.
Baltimore ain't that good.
Baltimore's not that good.
Not 15 points. Not 15 points on the road.
I low key agree with you. Like,
So,
but
I
you heard
actually
Lamar
like.
Jackson. He was like, "I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna run and I'm gonna get busy." That's what he says. He's like, "My mama told me like I'm not running enough," and that's if he goes off, it's a wrap for the Giants, and I potentially see them losing by like 20 points to getting blown out. But then again, it's the NFL. You never ever know. So but that's a whole lot of points.
It's an
That's a whole
insane
lot.
amount of points. And Baltimore has played well this year. No one's saying Baltimore didn't play well as I bring up their schedule. No one's saying Baltimore didn't play well. But you talk about 15 points, so that means they have to score at least feasibly 25 or more points. Because I think we all would agree the Giants are going to find a way to get 10 points on the board. Because the Ravens defense hasn't been good this year. The reputation precedes them, so people think they're that good. But the Ravens defense hasn't really been that good. And when you consider their offense starting the season, they got 20 points, 23, 28, 35 once, twice as they beat the Bengals. I guess we can call the Commanders a 38 right at 30. 5. So they've hit 41 points. So they put up some numbers. But their last 3 games, that's what I was getting to. Their last 3 games on offense 19, 20, 30, and 16. I don't think they win by double digits. I don't think they win by double digits. I don't think they're that good on double digits. I appreciate a 9 solid, hard-earned 9-point win for you. So go ahead and wrap this segment up. What's the final game you got this week?
The final game is probably the game of the week. Is the Buffalo Bills at the Detroit Lions.
First of all, the game of the week is the Eagles. It's not. It's the Eagles and Steelers. It's damn shame the Steelers and the Lions. But go ahead.
What makes it the Eagles and the Steelers the game of the week?
Because of the storyline. You got a great quarterback in Jalen Hurts. You got a has-been in Russell. Wilson. You got a good young offensive team that made it to the Super Bowl 2 years ago and is looking to get back. That apparently has overcome whatever locker room issues that they had. You have a guy in Jalen Hurts, who was the underdog story. He comes out of nowhere and manages to lead his team to a Super Bowl. So many bylines here. What's up?
Do you not think that this could potentially be a Super Bowl preview game?
Because I don't think the Lions are going to make it to the Super Bowl. I don't think.
Well,
I'll
I
give you
don't
one
think
better.
I don't think so either. But people do think they're the best team in the NFC at this point, and so is they're definitely a contender. Although they just lost to the Rams, so in my mind, they took a step back as far as power ranking.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, they're still up there.
I agree. I just think they took a major step back, and well, we'll see. It's I'm a Lamar Jackson fan, so I don't want to bash Lamar, but
No,
yeah, I
he's
don't.
got
I
the
don't see a
gold
move.
teeth. His teeth be looking like crispy. I'm like, that.
All right, what's your last game on the docket?
Let's try to go with the New York Jets versus the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville. I like Jacksonville
Who's the
to.
quarterback for the Jaguars? Quickly,
I don't know. Trevor Lawrence got
Macaroni and Cheese Jones, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. I don't care. Usually in the NFL, you got guys that could dump off the ball down the field enough to keep it close enough.
Yeah, I don't think they pull it out to that.
The
Jacksonville,
New
like I
York
said on the
Jets
phone,
stink.
but it's like what I said on the phone. They stink so bad that you don't know if they're going to come out with a broom. I mean, not a broom. If they're going to come out with their hair on fire, ready to ball, or conversely, they're going to come out ready so they just don't get fined. Like
You never know on all of this. All of this stuff is just
exactly.
we're
So that's why
guessing.
it's not worth tackling for me. You never know. So you're putting money into this game, or you're watching this game, and too many variables that could interrupt the Jaguars. So I'm not touching that. You got any game you keeping your eye on before I put a bow on this? Pete?
But of course, we're gonna keep an eye on the Steelers and the Eagles. Of
Steelers
course.
defense hasn't been as good as it's been. It hasn't been as good. Apparently, AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts are beefing. We'll see how that turns out.
No, he no. See, I just want to say that I don't believe it to be beef. He said, "Is there a problem with the game?" He was like passing, like Jalen Hurts. All he said was passing, and now all of a sudden there's a whole beef about the whole thing, and it's kind of
If you're
crazy.
gonna be a man, stand on your own too. If you're gonna be a man and say it's passing, and when the bottom line is you're mad you're not getting the ball, you're talking about your quarterback. Stand 10 toes down on it. Don't back away from it and say I didn't mean it like that. It's misconstrued. You've been in the NFL long enough
No,
to know
what
what to
meaning
say.
like what? Like he wasn't like Jalen is a I don't F with him like that. He just said passing, and that passing is an issue on the game. That's the
I,
big
I
issue because they run Saquon Barkley and they winning games or they doing enough to win. AJ Brown, chill out, bro. Like win the game and he'll get you to rock eventually.
eventually, that's a tough word to say. We'll get you a rock. We'll get you the rock out
I,
there, Mr. Moss.
I mean, think about
Eventually.
it. They're giving this man $90 million just to, like you'll get the ball eventually. You already got your check. You got your bag. Don't worry about it. We're winning games. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, well, they got to keep winning games, and I actually think they beat the Eagles this go around. I'm betting against my birds. I think they beat the Eagles for this time around.
That's not a bad choice because it just seems like they want to have some kind of like worry and panic about the Eagles and
Well, I
you
think
know
people have that concern about them naturally anyway because they saw them losing. For me, though, it makes more sense to just stay with that game completely. It is what it is.
stay
Game,
away
I'm
from the
coming down
game.
the pipeline. Go ahead, what you say?
You said stay away from the game. It's a highlighted game on my ticket.
Yeah, I know it is. I'm just saying I'm staying away from it.
It'll be interesting to see. It's definitely the Keystone battle. So is Russell Wilson all the way washed? And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. He's been winning
We will
games.
find out because they definitely will blitz him. They definitely will blitz him, get after him, make him uncomfortable. And speaking of uncomfortable, I'm going to uncomfortably close the show as I get ready to go to bed. That's it for this episode of Unparalleled Sports Talk, Sports Betting Edition. If you like the podcast, make sure you share, comment, subscribe, whatever your podcast platform allows you to do. He's Smoke Freezy. I'm Kwame Fisher Jones. Until next time, we appreciate your time and here. You be easy.
Peace.